Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. So for today's video we are going to be doing the Tmi Tag Booktube Edition. And I was tagged by Emma Gillers and she's an amazing YouTuber and I will link her channel down below so you can go and check her out. And I will also tag a few people afterwards in the description box below, so go down there and see if you were tagged. And I'm sorry if you've already done the tag and I have tagged you. It's not that I don't watch your videos, I just tag the people that I thought of like right away. There's 50 questions. I have already looked at them a bit just because I don't want to have like 2 hours of footage afterwards to edit, so yeah. Let's jump right into the questions. And I'm obviously looking at my phone for the questions, so that's why I'm looking down and then up and down and up, yeah. What fictional character has the best style? So for this question, I went for the girl called Viv-ish from When We Collide by Marie Lord. She stands out a lot, like her personality, her like makeup, her hair, her clothes, she just stands out. And I think that's pretty cool, pretty awesome, so that's why I decided to choose her. Your book girlfriend slash boyfriend, fictional crush. So I love the infernal devices. I do. So my fictional crush boyfriend will probably have to be Will. He just has something totally special. Ever loved a character but then started hating them? I actually have not tried that yet. So yeah. Biggest slash longest book on your shelf. I think my biggest, longest book is called If This Is a Woman. And it's like 800 pages long. And it's about a concentration camp during World War II. I think it's going to be really interesting to read, but it's a long, big book. Heaviest book on your shelf. I think the heaviest book on my shelf is probably the same book. Do you have any book posters? I actually don't own any book posters. Do you have any book-themed jewelry? I don't, actually. Book OTP. I have to go for... Can I choose a love triangle? Because I really want to. Jem, Tessa, and Will. Kinda have to. I'll go with those. Or maybe just Tessa and Will, because I love those two together. So, yeah. Favorite book series. So I have actually never read a book series before. I have read trilogies before, standalone, stuff like that, but never like a book series. Well, a Danish one when I was really, really young, but never really an English book series. So I'm currently reading the Throne of Glass series, so that will be a series, but I've not read a series yet. Favorite book to movie soundtrack, like all the songs from 50 Shades of Grey. Okay. A book story you miss or wish could continue. I would actually go for It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vicini, and I know I'm not the only one because the ending is good, like it's a good ending and everything like that, but it's still like you kind of just want to know more afterwards, like from the ending. If you don't know the book, it's about a guy called Greg. He suffers from depression and for 5 days he is at this like mental hospital and things happen. He meets a lot of new people and it's a really interesting story, but you kind of just want to know what happens afterwards, and we don't really get to know anything. So, favorite standalone. So I thought it was really hard to only pick one because I do have 3, but if I had to pick one, I would say What We Saw by Erin Hartzler really surprised me. It was a book that kind of like blew me away. I don't know if you've heard about it before, but it's such an underrated book and it deserves so much more hype because it deals with something really important, which is rape. And seriously, just check it out. It's amazing, it's good. Read it. Since when do you read books? I have basically read books my entire life. I remember when I was younger, I used to read stories for my grandmother and my dad. I know it should probably be the other way around, but I love to read. So I was the one reading stories for them. So basically I've read since I could read. Which Hogwarts house are you in? Well, I tried to do a test and it said Gryffindor. So that, how quality you look for in a book. Characters, interesting characters that are developing through like the book or the book series. An interesting plot. I tend to go for books that has a different kind of plot. I always like a good fantasy or a good romance between a guy and a girl whatsoever. But for example, what we saw, Highly Logical Behavior and It's Kind of a Funny Story, are three of my favorite books because they deal with something else, like mental illness, rape, depression, stuff like that, and it kind of gives the story a bit of a twist, and I kind of like that. Favorite book quote. So I'm actually just gonna find the quote on my phone because I know I screenshotted this actually right here, and it says, "Life is a book and there are 1,000 pages I have not yet read," by Will Herondale from the Infernal Devices. So that's my favorite quote. Favorite author, still my favorite author is probably Cassandra Clare, but I also really like Colin Hoover and Ransom Riggs. So yeah. Favorite book cover. My favorite book cover changes all the time, but for now it is definitely Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Riggs. It's so beautiful. Action or romance? Action. Where do you go when a sad moment happens? I kind of just stay where I am. It's not like if a sad thing happens, it's a book that I will go to a corner of my room and cry. I'll just try to get through it and just get over it. How long does it take you to finish a book? That depends on a lot of things. First of all, how many pages? And also kind of tend to how is the writing, because if there's a lot of space between the lines, it obviously doesn't take that long if there's no space. And also how much school do I have, work and stuff like that. But I kind of tend to give myself at least 4 days to finish a book. How long is your mourning period? When I saw this tag, it kind of seemed, is it how long it takes you for when you finish the book to pick up another one? I don't know if that's what it is, but if that's the case, I don't really pick up a new book the exact same day. So yeah, if that's not what it is, then I don't know how to answer the question. Least favorite book. My least favorite book so far that I've read is Let the Red One In. I just didn't like it. No, wasn't my cup of tea. Turn on in a character. Well, turn on. Being a gentleman and kind of a bad boy at the same time. I don't know. Being protective of the girl. That's a good thing. Turn off in a character. I don't like when the characters are too selfish and arrogant and stuff like that. Oh, I hate it. Reason I joined BookTube. I have already said this before. I love reading books. I don't have that many friends that reads, and it's really nice just to connect with people through BookTube and through the books that you love. It's amazing. Name a scary book. I still haven't read a book that scared me, to be honest. I think the closest I've gotten to something that kind of was a bit scary was either the Asylum trilogy by Madeline Roex or Nightfall. Those are probably the creepiest books I've read. Last book that made you cry, Clockwork Princess. Last book that you gave 5 stars. The last book that I gave 5 stars was When Breath Becomes Air. Any favorite book titles? I'll probably have to go with Six of Crows. I don't know why, but I kind of like that title. Last book that you read? The last book that I read was When Breath Becomes Air, which was a good story. Book you're currently reading? I'm currently reading 2 books. I'm reading a graphic novel and an actual novel. I'm reading Throne of Glass, and then I am reading a book that I cannot pronounce the name of. It's a graphic novel, as I said, and it is Persepolis. Okay, I butchered that name. I think I butchered that name pretty hard. But this is an amazing graphic novel, and I really liked it. And I'm super grateful that I watched another book YouTuber mention this, and I'll link her channel down below as well because you should also check her out. Last book adaptation you watched? I don't think I've watched a book adaptation before, actually. A book character you always wanted to talk to? I've always wanted to talk to Tessa Gray. How did you manage to choose between Will and Jim? How did you manage to live with loving 2 guys at the same time? What a struggle. An author you always wanted to talk to. I've always wanted to talk to Cassandra Clare and Sarah J. Maas because their books are amazing, and I cannot believe that they have that sort of fantasy. It's pretty incredible. So yeah. Favorite book snack? I don't really snack on things, I don't eat anything. If I tend to drink coffee when I read, but I don't really eat anything. book world you want to live in. I will either live in like the Throne of Glass series world, if that's like a world, or I would live in the Institute in England with Will, Tessa, and Jem. I know it's not like a world, I know it's just like in England like centuries ago, but whatever. Book world you do not want to live in. The Asylum trilogy, once again, is not a specifically like a different world, but everything they go through, it's like it never really like, they can never really escape from the things that happens in the book, and I don't want to live in a place like that. Last time you smelled a book. Today at the bookstore. Weird and sold used in a book. I don't know. Favorite romance book. I really liked Dreamology by Lucy Keaton. I don't know why, but it was kind of different, and it just seemed like they were like soulmate from the start. It was beautiful. Do you write? I actually don't. I did when I was younger, like for fun, but I don't write. Favorite magical item. Is a wand a magical item? I'm pretty sure it is. I'll just go for a wand. What is that? Your Quidditch position. What does that even mean? I know what it is. That's like the sport they had in Harry Potter. I'm unsubscribed, but I have not really read the Harry Potter series, so I don't know. Name a song you connect to a book. That song. Yeah, cool. Favorite book related shut-up line. Oh, I saw one. There's actually this sign at my school, and now I can't remember it. I have to look it up. Okay, this is like close enough. It's like, good thing I brought my library card, cause I'm checking you out. Did it work? And have you ever used it? I have not. Favorite book fandom. So far, I feel like the Infernal Devices fandom is amazing, but in general, just the entire book community is incredible. How many books do you own? Oh. Do you really want me to count my books? I know I have over 100. And I'm pretty sure I'm getting close to 150. Who do you tag? As I mentioned, I'm gonna tag in the description box below. Because right now, I can only think of one person, and I want to tag more. But I will leave some names down below. So go down there and see if you're tagged, and then do this video. So that was all for this video. This probably took forever. I'll see you guys soon, because I feel like I have a lot of videos that are supposed to be out next week. I have a haul, I have another tag, I have like the wrap up and a TBR, so I have a lot of things to do. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye!